ask me, what is your favorite car? It's hard to pick a favorite car, but I do have a favorite car company, and that's McLaren. I've had this F1 for, about 13, 14 years now, and I heard that McLaren was building a new supercar. So I knew it was going to be something special. In fact, so special, I got on a plane and went to England to take a look at it.
This is the moment of truth. The first time, albeit on a screen, I get to see the new car.
One of the things when you sit in the car that you'll notice is, first of all, you have an incredibly good forward visibility because the base of the windscreen is so low.
Yeah.
That's a trait of the F1 that we wanted to keep.
And you know, it's so much more flowing. I expected some really angular looking thing, which I don't care for. I really liked it. It looks like it was drawn by hand, which is what I like.
Then it's back downstairs to see the real thing. Well, almost. This is the final prototype, what they're calling the P11.
Yeah, it's terrific. Oh, very impressive, yeah. And that trip to England was pretty amazing. In fact, I put an order in right then and there. Fast forward to 2011, I'm invited back to England, and I think they know I'm president of the More Money Than Brains Club, so they give me a chance to drive with Chris Goodwin and get a lesson on how to properly use this thing.
So this car is designed to just be driven hard by anybody, and that's a massive variety of drivers. It accommodates a huge amount of driving styles, some quite exciting. No, you know, we've had world champions drive this car, and we've had ordinary guys drive this car.
Well, here it is, 5,000 miles and 2 years later, and the car is finally here in my garage, and it's everything I expected it to be, and more, actually. You know, the nice thing I like about McLaren is they're timeless. Well, to me, much like the F1, when I take this out, people think it's a brand new car, and I go, no, this car design is 25 years old. And when I look at this one here, I think it's a timeless design. It's just pure. It's aerodynamic. It's form follows function. That's basically what it does. And frankly, I find it a very exciting car to look at. I don't like these supercars that look like giant insects preying down the road. You know, to me, if you know what it is, you just throw it out of your mind. If you don't know, you don't know. And that's the fun thing about McLaren. There's only one reason you buy a McLaren, is because you like the driving experience. Okay, but enough talking. Let's take it for a ride.
Well, the great thing is, it is a great driving car. I mean, I can't emphasize enough that it's the right size a car should be. I've driven some of these big Italian exotics, and they're just, for me, they're too wide for the road. I find myself always looking over at the far corner to see where I place the car. The car is 3.8 liter and it has two turbochargers on it. Turbocharging, another one of those things that have just made tremendous improvements. There used to be such a thing as turbo lag, where you had to wait for enough exhaust gases to spin the turbine enough to feel the boost. How you doing? I'll check it out. Friendly goes? But when you have a McLaren, everybody's your friend. The real fun of a high-performance car is between 40 and 120 miles an hour. I'm a little tired of this supercar high-speed run. Which car can go 258? Well, ours went 259. Well, ours went 262. Because those aren't numbers anybody could ever use on the street. If you ever did use them on the street, you should be in prison. Well, you know, it's interesting. If I had a choice, I probably would have gotten a manual gearbox, but I was talking about that with Jerry Seinfeld the other day, who was a keen car enthusiast, and he said, you know, it's a bit like ordering a car with a crank start, you know, and I went, yeah, I guess that's true. But I do find myself very much involved with this car, so I don't miss the manual gearbox as much as I thought I would, because the car is so involving to drive. The inevitable question is, how does it compare to the F1? Well, the F1 is, of course, the greatest car of the 20th century. That's not just my voice speaking. That's pretty much what all the car critics of the world seem to think. The F1 was the greatest car of the 20th century. Truth be told, you cannot build a car like the F1 ever again. Because cars now have to have ABS. Within the next year or so, they will have to have a rear screen so you can see what's out the back with the camera. You have to have various other safety controls. So that's why the F1 is as valuable as it is. It represents an era that no longer exists. It's the ultimate driver's car. And consequently, you can't build that anymore. So you build what's the next best thing or the closest thing to that. And to me, in my opinion, this car is that.